Well, good morning, y'all. It's me again, sitting out here on my beautiful patio talking to the wildlife. It's Mother's Day. It's a somber Mother's Day for me. Uh, like so many of you this past year, took my mom. I was reading Mr. Viator's tribute to his mom and dad this morning. Um, I want to share something about my mom. My mom, other than Granny, had one of the closest walks with God that I know of anybody. She didn't cram her beliefs down anybody's throat, but she firmly believed God guided her footsteps and He had it all in control. The last week of June last year, I woke up, it was a Sunday morning, and Mom and I both were so sick. I don't remember a lot of the fever, but my fever would come down with Tylenol. So I took Tylenol quite a bit. And I remember getting up that morning, and I had us on a routine. We took Tylenol at 10, 2, and 4. AM, PM, didn't matter. And Mom and I got up. I remember it like it was yesterday. We each ate a bowl of cream of wheat. She didn't eat much. It was hard to get her to eat. And she ate about half of hers. And she told me she was going to go lay back down. And she went and laid down. I went and laid down. About 12:30 I got up. Went and put the tea kettle on to make us a cup of tea. Because that's about all I could get down her. And I went to check on her. And when I touched her hand, she was so hot. I have never felt a human hand so hot. And I remember telling her, Mom, get up. Let's get in the shower so we can get that fever down a little bit. And if you knew Mom, she played this game on her phone where I think it was called Word Drop, where you had to put words in these lines before they dropped. She was convinced it prevented Alzheimer's. And I remember her turning over to me. She says, Debbie, I'm okay. If I can just get these words to drop right, the fever will break. Okay, Mom. I need you to come get in the chair at least. And let me get you some Tylenol, cup of tea, get you something cold to drink. Let's see if we can get that fever down. Mom didn't have a cough at that point. It was me. I probably took 8 showers a day because I would go into a coughing fit, and being in my 50s, the ladies will understand why I needed a shower. And while Mom was sitting in the rocker, I said, Mom, let me check your oxygen level. Your lips don't have a whole lot of color to them. And so I took her oxygen, and it was 78. And I said, oh, Mom, I have to call the paramedics for you. And she says, I'm aware of that. She said, but I can't go to the hospital right now because I didn't wash my hair and my good robe isn't clean. And I'm sitting here, and that's what triggered the belief, is I'm sitting in the robe that she was wearing. And the paramedics got there, and I will never forget, Joy was her name. She was the most amazing paramedic. And she was sitting there, and they came in and they took her oxygen level and everything. And I remember the lady asking Mom, she said, "Miss Ling, are you having problems breathing?" And she says, "No, not too bad." And she says, "Miss Ling, you wouldn't lie to me, would you?" She says, in true Wanda Joyce fashion, "I'd tell you the truth 5 ways before I lied to you." And she says, "We're going to have to take you to the hospital." Yes, ma'am. So they had her all loaded up. And I'll never forget the young man. He said, she said, "Sonny, I can't crawl up on that thing." And he said, "That's not a problem, sweetie. I'm going to drop it down, and you're just going to turn and sit down." She said, "Well, all right, I can do that." And she looked at me and she says, "Hold up there a minute, Sonny." And she looked at me and she said, "You're going to be okay." I said, "Yes, ma'am, and you are too. I've got all of your stuff here. I've got everything packed." And I said, "They're going to get you some good antibiotics and some medicines in you to help you." And she looked at me and she says, "I'm going to tell you this. I had a conversation with Jesus this morning, and I'm not coming back. And the only reason I'm agreeing to go to the hospital is because I don't want your last memories of me passing away in your house." It wasn't my house, it was her house too. And I said, "No, Mom, it's just the fever talking." And they tried everything. They did everything. And my mom didn't come home. She's home now. She is where she's lived her whole life to want to go. There have been times in the last 9 months I've questioned her wisdom as to whether I can do this. But after she passed away, I made one of the most beautiful plaid cushions I've ever made. And I hear her voice in my head. And I know a lot of people say, and it brings them comfort, that she's watching over you. She's not. My mom would not be happy watching over us right now. In my mind, Mom is at the front door of heaven, greeting everybody that comes in the door and asking them what they take in their coffee. That's where my mom is. She's making banana pudding for everybody in heaven. That's where my mom is. And there are times I feel very selfish because I wish she were here. But Mom wouldn't be happy in this world right now with some of the things going on. But it's okay. I just wanted to share